Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and our unmodded playthrough. So you can see right here we're actually up against two vassals. One is actually from a mercenary company and I don't know who the other one is actually. We just kind of got them into the same battle here. Now technically what I could do is I could try and persuade this guy, but I'm not entirely sure if he is the leader of the Embers. It is unlikely, but I'm going to say, oh, wait a minute. It is actually going to work, potentially. Right. Okay, let's see if this works. Nope. Okay. Unfortunate. Unfortunate, yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of sad. But, oh well, never mind. I personally feel like every single time you're successful in some kind of charm, you should gain charm skill. Not just when you complete the conversation, but that's just me. You know, it feels like charm is pretty, I'm not going to say difficult to level up because I think it's actually kind of simple to level it up sometimes. But I think that in general, most of the time, you're going to have a bit of a difficult time if you don't have something like Bannerlord tweaks or something installed because it just seems to never level up. I don't know. Maybe I need to continue doing that thing that I used to do where you go in and you barter with the AI lords, basically anyone that you can come across, and basically just be like, oh, here's 1 gold for you, you know, sort of thing, and that might actually make a little bit of a difference. But yeah, anyway, we're up against these guys. These are Sturgians and some other people. Now, this is obviously going to be not exactly great because, well, as you can no doubt tell, we are taking a lot of damage already from their thrown weapons, but hopefully my cavalry will be able to come in here and do some damage. I'm hopeful, at least. Now I'm gonna have to be a bit careful here because I don't really want to take too much damage as a result of them running around me right here either. So let's just try and do... Oh, nice, we took out... Oh no, we didn't take him out. Did you see that? I don't think... Did we even take him out? I'm not entirely sure. I thought to myself I took him out, but maybe I didn't. Oh wow, that's actually a pretty crazy amount of survivability that guy has then, if I didn't take him down. And let's just try and do as much damage as I can. Yes, yes, more damage, more damage. It's not actually going that badly so far. My shield is so incredibly good. I should have used it much more. Okay, let's tell everyone to charge in. Tell my infantry to charge in. After this, I don't even know what to do because I think we're going to be getting a lot of money for this, to be honest. Probably a great deal. Take him down. Take him down. Ah! I find it absolutely hilarious every single time we get taken down because the ragdolls are so fantastic. I love the ragdolls in games like this. Really does make everything so much more enjoyable. And yeah, it's really fun. I remember actually way back. I don't know whether you know about this game. It's a really classic game made by Valve, and it's called Left 4 Dead. And basically, it's a game that I used to play a huge amount of. You know, one of the best cooperative experiences you're probably ever going to have. Highly recommended if you haven't played it before. It's a first-person shooter, so maybe if you're not into first-person shooters, it might be, might not be something for you. But the point is that if you play with friends, you're going to have a whale of a time. It's going to be super fun. Anyway, it's a game from 2009 or something, I think. So it is pretty old at this point, but it is so incredibly good. Anyway, apart from the fact that I'm going to rave about it until the end of time, the point that I'm trying to make is that Left 4 Dead 1 had one of the funniest ragdoll systems that I've ever seen. It really is extremely funny. Someone gets killed by something or gets knocked down or something like that. It is just, the body just goes flying all over the place. It's made in the Source engine, so obviously they're going to have some pretty funny ragdolls here. Oh, look at that. 7,000 for taking this guy prisoner. Very nice indeed. And then Valve actually worked on Left 4 Dead 2. And Left 4 Dead 2 has a bit of a different system. So it actually has not so much ragdolls, but more it has kind of canned death animations, which I'm not I'm not terribly big fan of canned death animations. I'd much prefer to see those wonderful ragdolls flying all over the place. And that's not to say that Left 4 Dead 2 is not a great game as well. It's just that I was a little bit saddened by the fact that they removed the whole flying units all over the place thing. But anyway, the point is that that's highly recommended. That game franchise is highly recommended. I'm actually not sure whether I should take any Sturgian units. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna take some cavalry because I'd like to try and, as I've said before, try and increase the amount of cavalry that I actually have in my army at the moment. We're gonna take some more crusade units as well, so I might as well take these guys. Got to be a bit careful of how much I actually have in my prisoner's hold here. I'll take a berserker as well, why not, just for fun. And that is pretty much it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we've got those guys, and we can now take all of the loot as well, which is really great. Now, here's the problem. I'm actually right next to these guys, and they're actually following Mattchu at this time. So I'm wondering whether I can go straight through. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll go straight through to Vostrum. Bear in mind that I am extremely slow right now, so if they did decide to chase me down, then it would be an absolute bloodbath, and I would have some really big difficulties. Now, yes, so as you can see, I did say in the previous episode that I was going to go and help Regea at Odrisa Castle, but she's now actually started to take Elsineur Castle, which is here. I don't know what she's doing. I really don't know what she's doing. It is kind of a bit weird, because I would have expected her to continue the siege at Odrisa Castle, but she seems to be wasting food supplies and cohesion at the same time, which I gotta say is pretty disappointing. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I can even do about that, to be honest. I mean, I can lead my own army. That is something that we might want to consider. But thinking about that right now, I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest. I don't know how that's going to work. So we're just going to sell everything that we have here. I'm just trying to make as much money as I possibly can. And is there actually anything good here for me? There might actually be something good. I mean, I'm not going to use a polearm or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy with 14,000. Thank you very much. Wow, that's actually a pretty significant amount. And now what I would like to see is a breakdown of how much money I'm actually making. Is there any way that I can see that? I think this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Lycaron, as you can see, is literally making 56 per day, which is awful. It's really bad. Yes, it's really bad. So technically I can sell this for 12,100 dinars, which might actually be something that we want to do. I could change the production, but it is going to cost me 2,000, and I have no idea what Lycaron is really good at, because if we go over to Lycaron here, you can see the villages nearby are sheep, horses, grain, and to a lesser extent hardwood and more sheep. So technically cotton or wool, yeah, a wool weavery would probably be pretty good here, but I'm thinking of selling it and buying an enterprise somewhere else, maybe in Poros. Now we have some wonderful things going on. One, I have spotted Honoratus, and I would love to be able to fight him if at all possible. And on the other hand, we have these people leaving the Southern Empire and joining the Crusates. Yes, and he is actually part of this. I believe he's actually the leader of this. So that's actually kind of interesting. Now, I have been wondering when I'm actually going to be receiving, as you can see, these guys have actually already escaped. So I'm wondering whether I should just take my prisoners and sell them to the nearest dungeon, because of course that is an option. You know, you can do that, and you can gain some influence as a result. And personally, I don't know whether I want to do that. I mean, I think that might probably be the only reason why anything might happen in regards to the prisoners. I don't think that there is a ransom screen, quote unquote, because I think you probably need to have a mod that adds that in. So yeah, it's probably not going to be something that I'll have access to in this series, but that's absolutely fine, because I did do that in the original series where I had Barney, and well, Barney the First, and he generally would take vassals if he did not separate the head from their shoulders, of course, and he would take them over to nearby dungeons and donate them there for the influence gain. Now, the one annoying thing about doing that is that generally vassals are then going to be released very, very quickly, and it's going to be kind of sad, to be honest, to see that, because on the one hand you've done so much work to defeat these vassals, and on the other hand then you're all of a sudden faced with those same vassals after like 2 days. So maybe it's not really going to work out too well for us, but I guess we can just try our best and see what happens. I'm going to tell my units to charge in here because it seems like most of the enemy are actually ranged, which is kind of interesting. Let's tell my cavalry and my horse archers to charge as well, and we'll try and eliminate... Oh, that was a bit of a grumbling shot from me right there. Actually, we thought that I would be a lot more accurate, but okay, never mind. Never mind. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, as long as we can increase our skill by a little bit every single time we fight, and I mean that's exactly the point. The skill gain is really, really slow in native, so we're gonna just need to be a little bit patient about those things. Hilariously enough though, my scouting skill is actually leveling up very quickly, so I'm very pleased about that, because as I've said before, I feel like scouting, while it is not exactly powerful in Warband, it is pretty good in Bannerlord. But the thing with that is that I don't think many of the traits are actually working in Bannerlord. So the problem with that is, of course, the fact that if none of the traits are working, then I'm not getting any of the bonuses. But the thing is that if you have high scouting, you're going to be able to see stuff much sooner than you would otherwise. Trying to hit this guy, it's absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. Maybe if he comes toward me or something like that. But oh, it's Honoratus himself. I mean, he's being such a pain, isn't he? Such a terrible scoundrel to actually end up leaving the Southern Empire to begin with. And then I fire too fast, of course. Of course. Okay, come on. You can eliminate him now. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. There we go. They're actually all collapsing upon his position now, and they should be able to eliminate him. Obviously, bear in mind that all of the vassals from the Empire do have really, really good gear, so it is going to be a bit difficult. There we go, 15 damage. I can't believe he's still not dead. There we go, we took him down. I can't believe that Barney needed to get in there to be actually able to take him down. But there we go. We actually only lost 1 unit in that battle, which is actually kind of fantastic. Whoa, he actually only has 188 gold to give us? Wow. All right. I guess he can be excused then, because obviously he doesn't have a huge amount of people to be able to provide us. Anyway, let's just gain a bunch of other prisoners here. Yeah, I can take even more, actually. Bear in mind that I'm not taking anything above tier 4, because as far as I'm aware, you cannot recruit or indeed try to persuade anyone above tier 4. So it's tier 4 or below. And we'll take some Imperial recruits as well. I'm over my prisoner limit. Are you serious? Yes, by a couple. Right. Okay. I guess I'll just persuade this guy to join me, and we still have 3 over. So I guess the recruits can just go away for the moment, and we will take all the loot. Oh yes, give me all that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to go over to Poros. I actually wanted to go over there initially to buy a wool weavery. Or, that's the thing, here, because what we have over here is Tevia and Zestia, who both have sheep as a resource. And I was thinking that maybe that would be pretty cool to go for, but I'm also thinking that it might be kind of a waste, because if the wool weavery gives me about 50 per day or something like that, then it's just not worth it, you know, it's just not worth it. So I'm not entirely sure what to do about it. Anyway, we are going to be going into the dungeon, and we will be donating prisoners. I don't really think that this is that good. I don't think the reward gained from doing this is that good. So, for example, I can execute the guy. Oh, I was like, oh, execution? No. We're just going to be donating Kanujan here, Fafan, Honoratus, and then we will basically be keeping everyone else, I think, because all of these guys can potentially join us if we are able to persuade them. I think they do have the opportunity to do that, but sometimes some units are less likely to go for it. Anyway, did I not get any did I not get any influence? I did. I gained, did I? Did I actually gain influence here? Because now I'm thinking that I didn't. I don't actually know what happened, because it didn't tell me that I gained any influence, but I also think that I had 35, but I might have just gotten that from the last 2 battles. So me donating these guys is basically pointless. Basically absolutely pointless. Oh well, never mind. Okay, I guess, I mean, I don't need the money so much. That's the point. I really don't need the money, so that was the main reason why I was donating them. And that was the right thing to do, right? The thing that I did just there, you know, donating them to the dungeon. I mean, it used to give you influence to be able to do that, but it seems like maybe not so much anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. But anyway, yes, we are going to have a lot of people. Yes, we are going to have a lot of people that are now going to be leaving the kingdom and joining someone else. So as you can see, these are both mercenary parties. This is okay, this is okay, this is okay, and all of these are okay. And yeah, then we have obviously Bertild, and we've only got 50 influence, which is just, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Gonna need to do something about that. I think I should probably, actually, can I bring a policy? I can propose a policy, but it's going to require 100 influence for me to be able to do that. So I'm hopeful that what I can do eventually is get 100 influence and then just get a some kind of policy that will give me influence every single day. And that's going to be very, very important for us later down the line. So my clan tier is still clan tier 2, and it's going to take me quite a while to get to clan tier 4. Alright, so I think it's probably about time that we expand our business empire once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this smithy, and it is going to be fantastic. As far as I remember from the Pelosaur series, if you haven't seen the Pelosaur series, I highly recommend it. Even if you're not into trading gameplay or anything like that, it really shows the power of the trade skill. It really does. Anyway, we're going to be moving on here now and hopefully trying to fight a couple of extra vassals. And that's the thing. I think the main reason why we would want to fight vassals is obviously making sure that they stay as weak as they possibly can. And then otherwise, obviously, you know, gaining as much money as possible from them. Ooh, seems like this is under siege. Is this? No, this is actually under siege by the Northern Empire, I believe. Desporion is part of the Western Empire. Ah, okay, yes. So the Western Empire attempting to take 5k on. Ooh, this is not... Oh, yes, it seems like the Khuzaits have actually taken this town as well. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm not entirely sure what anyone would want me to do at this point in regards to defending against an overwhelming enemy, because you've got to recognize the fact that every single one of these Khuzait armies is running around with about 600, 700 units. And if they're not running around with that, then they still have about 500. And I don't know how you want me to fight against 500 units with 80 or however many I have right now. Especially considering most of those are horse archers, and some of those even have a huge amount of heavy lancers and things like that. So it's pretty much impossible for any singular person to do anything dramatic unless you are, of course, doing what I'm already doing, which is preying upon the weakened vassals, trying to split them up a little bit here and there, and maybe trying to do some economic damage as well. But economic damage at this point to the Khuzaits, to the Khuzaits is negligible. And you can also see what's happening here. Wow, it seems like this is indeed a sinking ship, and it is definitely something that I don't want to have happen. I would love to be able to see them rise up from the ashes, but it seems to me like this is probably not going to happen. But well, we've seen this happen before, haven't we? With the Sturgians. It was a slow death, which was, well, pretty disappointing, actually, but oh well, never mind. Okay, so we're going to go into this territory right here and see if we can maybe, yeah, I mean, look, there's Oros right there. So Oros, what does he have? I'm not entirely sure. Look, there's someone there that I could potentially fight. But we got to be a bit careful here. Oros is he walking faster than I am? If he's walking faster than I am, then I might as well just get out of here. Because I think he could probably defeat us quite easily. Let me just see real quick. Okay, so let's have a look. He's moving at 4.4. I'm moving at 3.5. No, he's slower. He is slower than us. And he has... Oh, he just has huge amounts of recruits. Oh, do you think we could do it? Do you think we could do it, friends? We might be able to if I just recruit a couple more people. I mean, I don't have that much space. Yeah, as you can see, I literally have only one over. I'm not entirely sure who to get rid of at this point. Let's get rid of some Imperial recruits. I mean, let's see here. So let's take a look at his army a little bit closer. Because if we're able to take Oros prisoner, he'll probably give us 10,000. He probably has a huge amount of money. So if we can take him down, this would be a fantastic thing. Yeah, look at this. His army is literally consisting of mostly recruits, tribesmen, a couple of peasants. I think we should be able to do it. He's running. He's running from me. Can you believe that? Did you see that? I was like, okay. Not entirely sure why you're running, sir, considering. But anyway, let's fight him. All right, so we have a pretty even power level, as you can see. We are outnumbered, which I would highly recommend never doing in Bannerlord if you're outnumbered, unless you have an army fully consisting of things like horse archers, then it's going to be a very difficult fight for the most part. And we have demonstrated many times before in Byron's series, more specifically, that fighting outnumbered doesn't actually matter as long as you have the right unit composition. So anyway, let's make our guys go loose right there. Shield wall, there we are. And I'm wondering whether he... No, he doesn't have any cavalry, does he? No, he doesn't. This is actually fantastic. Look at this. We've got a pretty significant amount of Palatine guards now as well, which I am very pleased about. And my guys are now going to be on the raised surface right here, which is fantastic in itself. There we go. Nice hit. Did only get the leg, though, unfortunately. Okay, if we can just kill them, you know, that would be nice. All right, let's do it. I'm not fast enough. My athletics is terrible. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, I'm still not able to do anything there either. Let's tell my infantry to charge in. Now, this is exactly the reason why I have said multiple times that morale damage, that is the most powerful thing you can do. With the exception of obviously killing the whole army very, very quickly. But some of the time, you're just not able to do that. You know, some of the time, you know, if you have an army like mine, which isn't necessarily very strong. Like, yeah, it's strong, you know, it's good enough to be able to defeat this guy relatively easily. But the thing is that morale damage was the main reason why we had such a simple victory here. Because without morale damage, I would have most likely suffered quite a lot of casualties. And as you can see, we just did gain, actually. We just gained 10,000 gold from him. And I know that because Oros is usually loaded. Yeah, he's usually loaded. So I'm very, very pleased that we were able to get him. Oh, yeah, there we go. That is fantastic. Okay, so I am going to take some of these guys. I'll take the Imperial Infantrymen as well. Now, I've got to be a bit careful here. Let's take these. Mercenary, and there we go. That's good. I don't really want to take any Aserai units if I can help it. And we'll take some of those. And I don't really want to take any recruits because I think we have enough recruits right now. And we have a huge amount of Imperial Infantrymen as well that we're going to be gaining. And as you can see, I'm actually maxed out pretty much. So that's going to be very difficult to run around with as well. We don't want to take a huge amount of prisoners in our army at the moment because that is going to make things very slow for us to move around. Going to continue getting some infantry here and there. And I think I actually have too many people. Yeah, no, that's actually fine. That is actually fine. Okay, so yeah, now I'm not entirely sure what to go for. Should we try to... No, see, that's the thing. I can't even take a castle. Look at this. 323 defenders. It is highly unlikely I would be able to take the castle. Now, I know what you're saying. I could call for an army. Yes, I could very easily call for an army. And actually, this might actually work now, because these guys actually have a decent amount of units, and they're not being used by Regea to do some random weird stuff. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to ask the people that are nearby. So Serenor, Churig... Faron is very expensive to call. Let's get him. Let's get these guys. Okay, so this guy's actually really far away. Temion is 2 days away. Don't really want to recruit him if he's too far. And we can get this guy. Alright, so that is going to cost me... Oh, 80 influence. Do I not have enough? No, I don't have enough for that. Okay, so 80 influence. So Churig is going to have to go then. That's 58. That is enough for me to be able to do something. Okay. I have 1 influence now. Yes, I have 1 influence. So let's try it out, because no doubt, you know, a couple people might be suggesting to make an army and see if I can maybe take a castle as a result of this. And I think that that is definitely something that we might want to try. So we're going to go for it and see what happens. But I don't hold out much hope for it. It seems like Honoratus and Canujan have actually escaped from captivity, which is, of course, the 2 people that we, the 3, well, two out of the 3, I guess. 2 out of the 3 people that we donated to that garrison. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to attack, and I don't exactly know what to go for here. I think we'll probably just build trebuchets. Trebuchets are usually going to be pretty good, but we do have a very low engineering skill, so it's going to take us a huge amount of time to get that done, which is a bit worrisome. And bear in mind that I don't have any other influence at all. I mean, I could just go in with... No, that's the thing. If I go in with a siege tower right now, and I go in with a battering ram, it is literally going to end up in me basically losing almost all my units, I would say, because it is just so incredibly damaging. It really is. You know, to go in there and to suffer the damage from all of the archers is super, super hard to deal with. So I think we're probably just going to go with the long play right here. And if we do have an army that comes out of nowhere and wants to fight us, then we'll obviously weigh it up and see whether we can even win. But yeah, as you can see, they're actually starting to come in here, and they're getting ready to attack us, no doubt, which is not exactly great. Regea has also created an army too. Alright, so now that we have 3 trebuchets, I think we're actually going to be deploying all of them right now while the 4th one actually gets built, because here's the thing, if I allow these guys to stay outside here for much longer, then they're going to be gaining more and more and more vassals to support their efforts in defeating us, and I would like to be able to potentially take down the walls before that can happen. As you can see, the walls are taking massive amounts of damage, and technically I would be able to... yeah, this is exactly what I thought would happen. But we do have more... We have more power level than them? I'm actually really surprised. Okay, I am really, really surprised. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, let's fight. Okay, so this is a very even battle, as you can see right here. 394 against 392. I think we have more than them. Yeah, I think we have more than them. Very, very, very close. Very close in levels. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I'm skeptical about this, to be honest. I'm really, really skeptical about this. Alright, well, we'll try our best. I mean, there's not much I can do, really. The only thing that I can do is just try. Anyway, actually, I don't like this positioning. I don't like this positioning. We're going to go up here instead. This is going to be so much better. Saying that this is so much better, probably not great. It doesn't feel better, that's all I can say. But did I not put these guys into shield? I did put them into shield wall, but they're still standing extremely far apart from each other. I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that, but okay. I guess that's just how it's going to have to be for the moment. And we'll put these guys on loose formation as well. I think we've already done that too. Alright, so they're coming in from the right side and from the center. Now bear in mind that this is... I kind of want them to stand closer. Can I not get them to stand a little bit closer than they currently are? No, it seems like I can't. I could put them in a square, actually. A square might actually make more sense. Yeah, I think... maybe? Yeah, maybe? Yeah, I think a square might actually make more sense at this point. Okay, so... Gonna get out my crossbow, see if we can do some damage. Yeah, okay, that was a bit too far, because I'm not used to having the height advantage. Okay, there we go. Yes, I hit a shield. Fantastic. Good work. Good work. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna have to tell my people to charge in now, tell my cavalry and everything to charge in to see if I can maybe do some damage myself. And basically, if we can just eliminate enemies at this point, then I think our morale damage will be significant enough that we might actually be able to do something here. Because my archers are going to absolutely wreck everything in the area, or at least I hope that that will be the case. As you can see, unfortunately, because we cannot slice through enemies with our one-handed, it is making things a bit difficult for us. I'm actually going to tell my infantry to charge in here as well now. And let's be a bit careful about what I'm doing here as well. I need to make sure that I'm not taking, you know, unnecessary damage here and there. But as long as I can continue dealing damage and trying to take them down, I think we should be fine. As you can see, look at this. We're destroying them. Yes, it's actually working. I can't believe it. And hopefully once we have eliminated these guys, we will be able to... Ah, almost got him. Oh, he's down off his horse. There we go. Oh, never mind. Got shot in the face. There we go. Wow. I'm actually really surprised. I am really, really surprised. I thought that we were definitely going to have some issues here, but thankfully it seems as though the Crusade are having some problems themselves, and they're actually not able to really do that much in fielding their horse archers. The horse archers are the main reason why they will win battles, and it seems as though they don't have that many at this point, which is really good. It is really good for us to have that. So let's actually just try and reload my crossbow here for a quick second, and maybe I can do some damage to one of their horse archers. Oh, there we go. He's down. And that guy needs to go down as well. Oh, well, he's still... Wow, he's still not dead? Still not dead? Wow, that's crazy. Alright, but there you go. That is indeed a victory for us. I actually wanted to press tab and get out of here, but no, apparently not. We did lose 93 of our own units. Well, actually not my units, but of our allies, of course. And we gained 10 influence, 13 renown, not bad at all. And I'm really surprised we actually achieved a victory there. I'm surprised that we're only getting 3,600. I'm actually wondering whether I'm going to be getting the others. Yes, I am. But I'm still only getting 3,600. I guess that explains the reason why they didn't have that many good units. They don't have enough money to be able to train them and upgrade them potentially. So that's probably the reason why that happened. Anyway, we're just going to continue getting some infantry right here. And I think I'm probably going to have to recruit some prisoners. Let's actually just take a quick look. I have 82, so I think I can probably get quite a few of these. And... Ooh, Crusade Lancer. Yeah, Crusade Lancers are not actually that powerful because in the... unless they fixed it. I'm not entirely sure if they fixed it or not, but they used to be bugged. They used to have lower stats than what they would normally have. And there are mods to fix that stuff. Oh, yes, and now I've recruited way too many people, of course. How many have I recruited too many of? 2? Okay, well, that's easy enough. Just get rid of a couple of recruits right there. And I will be taking a number of other people, so let's take these guys. Crusade Archer. Oh, this guy, yes, come and join me. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Oh, some very nice prisoners right here. And we can take some more of these guys too. How much do I have? How much space do I have in my prisoners hold? I've got 38. Okay, so I have a little bit more. Let's do that. Lake Rat Wrecker? How good are these? They're pretty good, actually. They're pretty good. Okay, sure. Why not? Let's get those guys as well. Khuzate Tribal Warriors. They seem pretty fun. And... we can only take 2 more, so I guess we'll just take some of these. There we go. Alright, so yeah, the loot, by the way, gained from this is going to be super insane. And maybe, just maybe, we might be able to get a number of upgrades for our companions. That would be quite nice. Alright, so the trebuchets are going to continue damaging the walls, and I'm very much hoping that we will be able to continue with our siege. I think we will be able to. Barney II has gained a level. And speaking of gaining a level, let's take a look at him. So he's got 1 focus point, and it would probably be a good idea to spec him into engineering, because if we're going to be getting into doing sieges, then specing into engineering would probably make the most sense, wouldn't it, right? I mean, I would love to spec into some more scouting, because I personally feel like scouting is actually really, really fast to level, but it is not exactly interesting, because engineering is going to help us so much with sieges and things like that. So I guess I will level up. I mean, leadership is also really good. Maybe I want to level up leadership. Alright, so we're going to have to try and get these walls down now, and I'm thinking we will probably be able to take this, but we need to be very, very careful about how we do it. So, how many units do I actually have right now? Do I have enough? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until the walls go down, and these guys are going to wait for us, aren't they? Yeah, look at this. These guys are going to wait for us right outside here. So what I'm going to suggest we do is we actually leave the siege. The walls are down at 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to fight these guys. Or at least we're going to try and get them into a battle. Do you think I can catch them? Yes, I can. Because I will be able to wait until... Oh, no, what? Wait. Ah, are you serious? Yeah, that didn't go well. Ah, yes, and now we have an army coming up here, yeah. So now here's the thing. What I didn't want to have happen is I didn't want to go into the castle and then, you know, suffer some pretty significant casualties, because bear in mind, we don't outnumber the garrison here 1 bit. It's literally a 1-for-1, and because the defenders obviously have the defender's advantage, even with the walls breached, it's going to result in a lot of casualties. And then those guys outside, they're going to prey upon us when we are weakened, and then that's going to be pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. Anyway, we're actually going to be fighting Akram's army in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.